The Master said to the assembly, "In my teaching of the Dharma, dhyana and prajna are fundamental. Do not say that dhyana is first and prajna is second, or vice versa. They are identical and not different. If one practices dhyana only, practitioners of other ways will laugh at him, saying that he only knows how to sit still. If one practices prajna only, practitioners of other ways will laugh at him as a crazy person who only engages in empty talk. If one practices both dhyana and prajna, it is like having both the sun and the moon. Clearly, the benefit will be great. Therefore, the understanding of both dhyana and prajna at the same time is essential. On this teaching of the Dharma, I set up the principle of the identity of dhyana and prajna. What is dhyana and what is prajna? Dhyana means to be free from attachment in all circumstances. Prajna means to be free from delusion at all times. When one is free from attachment at all times, one's essence of mind is undiluted. When one is free from delusion at all times, one's essence of mind is unattached. Those who understand this teaching will realize that dhyana and prajna are identical. Students, practice this unity of dhyana and prajna, and you will not find any difference between them. To practice one-sidedly, thinking that they are different, is like thinking that the characteristics of things are permanent. He who practices this way, even if he exerts himself, will not succeed. Students, dhyana and prajna are fundamental because they are inherent in the essence of mind. From this point of view, dhyana and prajna are identical. Students, in practicing the way, do not stick to the idea of being steadfast. If you hold to the idea of being steadfast, you will make your essence of mind steadfast. If you do so, you will be wrong. Those who hold to the idea of being steadfast do not know that wrong will result from it. If one's mind is steadfast, it will be deluded. Only when it is not steadfast can it be in a state of enlightenment. That is why the sutra says, there should be no abiding in anything that calls for steadfastness. Students, the doctrine of no thought is for the sake of seeing things as they really are. Things as they are the characteristic of the Buddha. Do not be deluded by the term no thought. Those who reach no thought upon the cessation of thought are like those who die. They are entirely in error. Students, those who follow the doctrine of no thought should, in regard to their views, have no thing to rely on. No thing to rely on is the meaning of no thought. Take seeing as an example. When you see, just see what it is, but do not let your seeing be attached to anything. In the case of hearing, hearing is the same. In the case of smelling, knowing, and perceiving, they are all the same. Because there is no attachment, that is no thought. If in contact with all things, one is at all times free from attachment, one will be at ease. A stanza on this teaching goes, "To be without attachment is no thought. To be without attachment is to be at ease." He who understands this Dharma of no thought sees the coming of the Buddha in an instant. Students, let those who wish to learn this teaching of the Dharma take no thought as fundamental. Do not be attached to anything, and whenever you come in contact with anything, do not abide in it. It is dying away in regard to external objects and not a cessation of thought. Because of being attached to all things, one's essence of mind is darkened. Therefore, get rid of attachment to all things, and in the essence of mind, there will be brightness. It is like the clear sky when it is without clouds. The sun and the moon shine, and everything is illuminated. Students, when no thought is established, all dharmas are comprehended. Students, let those who wish to practice this form of teaching of ours learn to be upright. In all activities, among all people, whether moving or staying, let the mind be straightforward, without crookedness. It is not necessary to recite incantations to see the Buddha. Only practice straightforwardness, and the Buddha will appear right before you. Students, deluded persons constantly cling to externalities, desiring to find the Buddha by reciting incantations, making obeisance, and practicing long fasts. How can they realize him? They are only creating karma. For instance, if a man only looks at the east, but goes westward all the time, he will never reach the east. If one's mind is only pure, the land of the Buddha is ever present right here. Students, what is meant by the teaching of no form? No form means to be outwardly separate from all forms. That is what is meant by no form. If you are only free from form while apart from form, but when in contact with form, you become defiled by it, then it is truly being attached to form. But if, while in contact with form, you are free from form, then you are truly without form. Students, to be outwardly separate from all forms and inwardly not disturbed is to be without form. Students, what is meant by the teaching of no abiding? No abiding is the characteristic of mankind. Do not abide anywhere in regard to all things, whether good or bad, agreeable or disagreeable. Being without abiding is the meaning of being free. Therefore it is called no abiding as the establishment. Let us get rid of all attachments, and the essence of mind will be enlightened and clear. Therefore it is written, let the mind function freely, and whatever it abides to, let it abide to it without attachment. Students, come, let us all read together the vow of the Diamond Wisdom Sutra. We take refuge with the Prajnaparamita. we vow to save all sentient beings. Students, one should only embrace and practice the teaching of the unconditioned. Within all dharmas, outwardly, be separate from form. In order to get rid of all illusions, practice according to whatever circumstances you are in. If there are those who slander us by saying that our teaching is without establishment, they are greatly in error. It is not that we are without establishment, but that we establish ourselves on the basis of being without establishment. This is the real establishment. Students, the deluded ones only cling to the characteristics of things. Because of this adherence, they believe in the existence of the one samadhi, of straightforward sitting and not moving. They restrain their minds from functioning, and this is what they call the one samadhi. Those who practice this are like those who make images out of clay. Actually, they are not of use. Students, as long as one abides in anything, the mind is thereby tied to it. But, in the teaching of ours, no abiding is the aim. No abiding is the establishment. This is the teaching of the one samadhi. If, in all places, whether walking, standing, sitting, or reclining, the mind is ever free from attachment, then the essence of mind will not be obscured, and if one is able to be so, then one will be pleased and without anxiety. Therefore it is written, those who are able to purify their minds are in this very place, and in this very body, able to reach the land of the Buddha. Students, let the mind be purified, and practice the Dharma of equality, and when speaking, let there be no fault. If you do not cultivate yourself, but only talk about the Buddha, you are acting contrary to your own self. You will not find him. If you are able to purify your own mind, then the Buddha will ever be present in it. Just purify your own mind, and the Buddha will come to you. Students, each of you say this for yourselves, and practice it for yourselves. It does not avail me to do it for you. Now, all of you be gone. I will retire, and any who have doubts may come forward and ask questions. Thereupon the venerable abbot retired, and a disciple named Fai, a native of Shaoqiu, came forward, bowed, and said, "What kind of Dharma did the Master teach when he was at Tangshan?" The sixth patriarch replied, "What Dharma was I teaching at Tangshan?" Fai said, "You constantly taught people to realize the essence of mind, and not to rely upon dhyana or samadhi." What is the difference between this teaching and the Dharma which the venerable abbot taught? The patriarch said, "The Dharma is one, there is no difference." It is because people's minds differ that there is heterodox and orthodox views. The Dharma as taught by the venerable abbot was to influence men of other capacities. As to the realization of the essence of mind, there is no such thing as relying upon dhyana or samadhi. Lest I should confine myself to this assertion, let me tell you what instruction I gave at Tangshan. I enabled the assembly to transcend the habit of clinging to one thing, to be free from all forms of attachment. Not to exercise the discriminating faculty, and not to make any distinction between dhyana and samadhi. It is because the degrees of perfection of the human mind differ that the Buddha Dharma is interpreted differently. Those who are enlightened can realize the truth instantly. Those who are not must be trained to do so by gradual processes. Though the Dharma is only one, there are various views about it. As there is practically no difference between enlightenment and ignorance, you should not inquire too deeply into the way it differs from what the late abbot taught. For instance, to differentiate meditation and wisdom is a fallacy. Meditation is the essence of wisdom. Wisdom is the function of meditation. At the very moment when we are absorbed in meditation, wisdom is in it. And at the very moment when we are exercising our wisdom, meditation is in it. If you realize that meditation and wisdom are one and the same thing, you will understand that there is no necessity to lay stress on either. To practice one of them independently of the other is like saying that the right hand has nothing to do with the left. Would not that be absurd? F.A. Hai again asked, what instruction did the Master give as to the inducement and encouragement of disciples? The Patriarch replied, by means of discourses on opposites, I have been inducing and encouraging disciples ever since my arrival at Huangmei. I did so with no other object than to direct them to realize the essence of mind. If I had taught them by any other means, I would not be able to deliver them from conventional views. Furthermore, what I taught was based on the fundamental principle of arising and passing away. It is by means of the correlation of arising and passing away that we can understand the doctrine of the mean. About opposites. For instance, in our inquiry into the Dharma, we have to depend on the contrast of good and not good. All other opposites are dealt with in a similar way. Then, with the combined existence of these opposites, the idea of the essence of mind may be clearly realized. If, on the one hand, I had refrained from preaching about one of them, some of you might have clung to one extreme. A questioner asked, what are opposites? The Patriarch replied, for instance, illumination and darkness, affirmation and negation, going and staying, to discard and not to discard, afflicted and not afflicted, are opposites. It is by explaining one of these terms that the other can be understood. F.A. Hai said, I have just been told that the coexistence of opposites is necessary for the understanding of things. Now, it is clear to me that it is the same with other terms. But would it be right to say that we need the coexistence of Buddha nature and ignorance for the understanding of the latter? The Patriarch said, no, it would not. Why? Because ignorance has its root in Buddha nature. It is like saying that the presence of wind in the sky is due to the fact that the sky exists. While it is not correct to say that the existence of the sky is due to the presence of wind. Again, opposites are different in nature, and when their character is entirely done away with, there is nothing to be said about them. Since Buddha nature and ignorance belong to two different categories, what is amiss with your argument? Those who are given to heretical views delight in making assertions which contradict each other. Thus they argue that the need of having recourse to affirmation is for the purpose of negation, and vice versa. That because they believe that there is the ungrounded, they also believe that there is the grounded. When they know that the opposites are relative to each other, then no more of such absurd arguments will arise. The two terms, Buddha nature and ignorance, are not in opposition to each other. In their essential substance, they are identical. It is like going up a tree and picking up its twigs and leaves to talk about them, when as a matter of fact the twigs and leaves originate from the same root. By means of Buddha nature, the twigs and leaves are spoken of, and so is the root, which is the source of all speech. By accepting this self-contradictory and nonsensical argument, you would be guilty of misleading both yourself and others. Good friends, to seek the Dharma, one must do so with an unremitting mind. Since you have understood my explanation so far, listen to me attentively while I expound to you the Dharma of harboring no thoughts, so that I may enable you to get rid of your illusions altogether. Good friends, the subject of harboring no thoughts is technically this: in the midst of thoughts, to be free from thoughts. Non-abiding is our fundamental position. If from moment to moment we do not abide in anything, then from moment to moment we are free. To be free from bondage is to be free from all obstructions, and to harbor no thoughts is to be without a single thought. If we stop thinking of the past and need not perplex ourselves with the future, and if we detach ourselves from the present, then in each moment we shall be tranquil. Since old thoughts are allowed neither to abide nor to revive, the mind is in perfect serenity. Let there be no abiding in any matter, either good or evil. This enables us to be intrinsically free to abide wherever we choose. With this understanding, we confidently proceed with our daily duties, responding to whatever confronts us. Be clear in mind, unobstructed in thought, and naturally in accord with the truth. What is implied by non-abiding as our fundamental position is this: that for the laity, our thoughts should not be tainted by worldly defilements, and that for the recluse, our thoughts should not be confined to a life of seclusion. For the former, non-abiding consists in not allowing the mind to dwell on objects of sense when in contact with them. Not a single thought is produced. For the latter, non-abiding consists in not allowing the mind to dwell on emptiness when contemplating it. This is what is meant by non-abiding as our fundamental position. Harboring no thoughts means not dwelling on anything when thoughts arise in the mind. It means that our thoughts should not be stained by the six sense objects whenever they come in contact with our six sense organs. When we can maintain a constant watch over our thoughts, we shall be free from delusion. To be unattached to anything outwardly is called no attachment. When we are free from attachment outwardly, the inner mind will be pure, and when we are free from attachment to anything, our essence of mind will be awakened. What is meant by this teaching of instantaneousness? It is like this: when in the midst of delusion, the mind realizes in an instant that it is free from delusion. If one abides in a state of delusion, delusion will continue to be produced uninterruptedly. If, from a state of delusion, one realizes in an instant that he is free from delusion, he will not again fall into delusion. Our body is suchness, and in its transformations there is neither right nor wrong. It is in the power of discrimination that we err. If with our mind we can refrain from adhering to any dogma, and if we are neither allured by the external objects nor perturbed by inward thoughts, we shall be free to come and go as we please, rid of our attachment. It is only the man who is so enlightened who can, with his essence of mind, awaken instantly to the truth. Good friends, let me tell you that my system of dhyana is to take non-thought as the fundamental, non-form as the essence, and non-abiding as the basis. Non-form does not mean being detached from form, but that in the presence of form we are not defiled by form. Non-thought is not to think of anything even when thoughts arise, but to refrain from clinging to any of them. Non-abiding is the characteristic of man's original nature. It is due to our not permitting ourselves to dwell on things, be they good or bad, that we are free to come and go as we please, without any misgivings. Therefore, in practice we have to get rid of all clinging. Taking no notice of the external world is called non-attachment. Being unperturbed inwardly is called non-confusion. If we can really master this teaching, we shall be in possession of the all-efficacious key. To apply this teaching is to free ourselves from all encumbrances, while to misuse it would lead us to extremes. He who is in possession of it is free to turn everything to good account. He who is not, would turn even good to evil. Therefore, in our system of teaching, non-thought is made the fundamental. The truth is that mind is free from attachment, and that there is no such thing as thought stopping. But judging from the perversity of people's minds, we have to teach that there is such a thing as non-thought. Those who are enlightened would realize non-thought instantaneously. It is for the deluded that we have to teach the practice of keeping away from objects of thought. To awaken to the truth instantaneously is to be really in non-thought. What is seeing one's essence of mind? It is like this. The essence of mind of man in his deluded state is veiled, with the result that he does not realize its presence. When he is enlightened, he knows intrinsically that it is immanent in him. Therefore, To see one's essence of mind means to realize that one's essence of mind, in its transcendental state, is neither subject to birth nor to death, nor can it come or go. It is not affected by the illusions or realities. It is neither tainted nor pure. It neither increases nor decreases. It is tranquil and free from perturbations. It is self-existent and capable of creating all things. It is because it possesses all these qualities that it is called essence of mind. Beware, good friends, that all of you can see your essence of mind by listening to my teaching. On hearing what I say, the enlightened ones among you will see it at once, while those who are subject to delusion will require further guidance before they can realize it. Those who do not know the essence of mind should be taught to see it by means of words and expression. To see one's essence of mind means to realize non-thought, even in one single thought. As soon as one is in possession of non-thought, one realizes that in regard to all things, one is free from defilement. It is only those who have realized this truth who can understand the meaning of this sutra. Therefore, let me tell you that in order to be absolutely free from attachment to anything, outwardly as well as inwardly, one must remain in a state of equilibrium, for it is from this state that non-thought can be defined. What is equilibrium? Equilibrium is a state of imperturbability which manifests itself whether we are dealing with the good or the evil, the right or the wrong. The persistence of our mind is in a state of purity is called self-nature. It is by relying on this state of purity that we can rightly establish all good dharmas. Even though we see that others, who are evil and wicked, deal with us in every conceivable way, we should not feel annoyed or perturbed, for then our self-nature would remain stainless. Should we give rise to annoyance in ourselves, we would be shutting out all evil ones from our heart, and where would there be room for our self-nature to manifest itself? Good friends, to keep our minds always in a state of equilibrium is to see our essence of mind. The teaching of non-thought should be adopted together with that of seeing one's essence of mind, in order that one may attain Buddhahood. My good friends, let those of you who wish to practice dhyana do so in accordance with what I have said. To sit motionless and to abstain from thinking is a grave hindrance to enlightenment. My good friends, the virtue of non-attachment is the easiest to acquire and the most essential to practice. I know that some of you have this instruction very much at heart because you are anxious to see enlightenment and are afraid that you may not do so if you give up sedentary work. Cherishing such a notion, they give themselves up to the practice of immovability. Thus misled, they become so confused that they mistake absolute vacancy for essence of mind. Know ye that it is a great mistake to be attached to anything. If the mind is pure, the Buddha land is also pure. My good friends, should we merely direct our attention to the practice of immovability, we shall be like blocks of stone, and that would be absolutely futile. Bear in mind that the door of Tao implies no stagnation. The term dhyana means to acquire quiescence not by dwelling on the immobility of the mind, but by acquiring freedom from attachment to all outside objects. The term samadhi implies that in all circumstances, whether walking, standing, sitting, or lying, one is always in a state of absolute equanimity. One's mind is free from disturbance, and one is not subject to elation or depression. This is what is meant by seeing one's essence of mind. Only on the admittance of outside good objects will the merit of dhyana samadhi arise. To take an illustration, the physical body, in its state of motion, is distinct from its state of rest, but it is quite the same body that is in motion and in rest. It is because of your delusion that you strive for quiescence. The mind should be ever active so that it can function properly. If while sitting, you concentrate your mind on immobility, your mind will soon be subject to stagnation. If you carry this practice to excess, you are sure to become muddle-headed. How can you expect to enlighten yourself? Good friends, that mind should be in a state of absolute freedom from attachment, is the fundamental principle of dhyana. It is through the exercise of this function that one's essence of mind is set in operation so that, in spite of one's contact with objects, one is always free. Everything goes on naturally and in a perfectly normal manner. This is what is meant by seeing one's essence of mind. What is meant by seeing one's essence of mind and not moving? It is that our mind is so perfect and immovable that it is not polluted by outside objects. Now, what is meant by seeing one's essence of mind and being still? It is that the essence of mind is intrinsically free from motion or immobility. For this reason, the sutras say, it is able to establish itself at the sight of objects. My good friends, let me advise you that you should on all occasions sit in meditation. Whether you are aware of objects inwardly or outwardly, see that your mind is in a state of absolute self-possession. Those who are muddle-headed should be instructed by their good friends to see their essence of mind. In this wise, they may be able to attain enlightenment. To preach this doctrine, I take my stand on the teaching of non-thought as the main support. Why is this teaching called non-thought? Non-thought means to see and to know all objects, and not to be stained by them, to be ever free in one's contact with the phenomenal world, without pausing at any particular point. Simply to get rid of all perceptions is to stop the operation of one's dharma nature, and he who does so will find that, after his death, his rebirth will take place in some other place. This is a great mistake. Please, my good friends, give me your serious attention. Let those who are enlightened transmit this teaching to others of the same aspiration, so that they may be enlightened as well, and be able to establish themselves on the teaching of the Dhyana school. Students of the present time, through misunderstanding, generally build up their knowledge on words and phrases, and are often misled by heretical teachers who obscure the whole truth about Buddha nature. For this reason, it is essential that you should be given the above instructions so that you may know how to get into the right path. Listen to my Dharma and ponder it well. Then, with the passage of time, you are sure to realize yourselves the essence of mind. Now, let me give you a few stanzas on non-thought. Non-thought as a doctrine is supremely pure. In its working, it embraces all that exists. It is free from thought as well as from no thought, so that in the end there is nowhere it does not pervade. Our essence of mind in activity freely functions. Its utility is such that it is not confined to any particular place. Yet when the thought functions, it sees the place where it operates. When it does not, its all-pervasiveness remains a mystery. Those who are enlightened realize the essence of mind intuitively and are not fettered by doctrine and dogmatism. To them, the kingdom of the West is not far away, for spiritually they are not far from the Buddha. The assembly, having heard the sermon, were all enlightened, and some of them attained a state of spiritual perfection. They made obeisance and took their leave. The Master said, "Let us teach the massless precepts, and with them we shall transmit them to future generations. Receive ye, one and all, attentively." He then said, "Disciples, in transmitting the massless precepts ye should invoke the 3 gems of enlightenment within your own mind." What is meant by the gems of enlightenment? It means Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Buddha stands for enlightenment, Dharma for righteousness, and Sangha for purity. To take refuge in Buddha means to be enlightened so that one is not in the dark. To take refuge in Dharma means to be free from defilement and corruption. To take refuge in Sangha means that among the fraternity one should be respectful towards another, so that discord may be avoided. This should be the real meaning of taking refuge in the 3 gems. Disciples, to take refuge in the 3 gems, you should do it in your own mind. Now, let me recite for you the vows of the massless precepts. Pay good attention and listen, be ye awakened, one and all. 1. We take refuge in the Buddha. May we be free from ignorance and delusion. 2. We take refuge in the Dharma. May we be free from jealousy and ill will. 3. We take refuge in the Sangha. May we live harmoniously together in complete accord. 4. We take refuge in the Buddha. May we never fall again into the ways of evil. 5. We take refuge in the Dharma. May we be taught always the true doctrine by which we may be saved from suffering. 6. We take refuge in the Sangha. May we follow the example of the Holy Order and learn to live in concord with all. 7. We take refuge in the Buddha. May we attain perfect enlightenment. 8. We take refuge in the Dharma. May our knowledge of it be all-embracing. 9. We take refuge in the Sangha. May we be qualified to administer all things without obstruction. Disciples, these are the massless precepts. See that you realize their significance. The Master said, "Now I am going to give you some instructions on the formless repentance, so that you may cleanse your sins and reform yourselves. Recite after me. May we, disciples, repent of all our past, present, and future sins of thought, word, and deed, arising from our inherent delusion, our attachment to sense objects, and our ill will. May all of them be now completely wiped out. May we be eternally free from them. We beg you, one and all, to repeat with me, and with a clear conscience say, Be ye converted to enlightenment, be ye converted to righteousness, be ye converted to purity. From this moment all our sins shall vanish, and we shall be free from defilement. Be ye converted to enlightenment. From this moment we shall no more be deluded. Be ye converted to righteousness. From this moment our minds shall be free from perversity. Be ye converted to purity. From this moment we shall never be stained by attachment. Disciples, having taken refuge in the three gems, ye should next concentrate your minds, and I will tell you about the Trinity of the self-existent essence of mind, so that you may take refuge in it. Listen attentively and repeat after me. We take refuge in the Buddha existing in our own body. We take refuge in the Dharma existing in our own body. We take refuge in the Sangha existing in our own body. To take refuge in the self-existent means to be free from error and wrongdoing at all times by making constant use of our wisdom. To take refuge in the Dharma means that our mind will at all times be free from disturbance, and that our wisdom will always be used to discriminate between right and wrong. To take refuge in the Sangha means that we should at all times and in all places be willing to show our loving kindness towards all, whether they be friendly or hostile. The Master said, Disciples, now that you have taken refuge in the Trinity of the self-existent essence of mind, I am going to tell you about the formless triple guidance. May the keepers of the law be our witnesses. We take refuge in the pure Dharmakaya Buddha in our physical body. May we abide in perfect enlightenment. We take refuge in the boundless Sambhogakaya Buddha in our physical body. May we be free from malice and anger. We take refuge in the myriad transformation Nirmanakaya Buddha in our physical body.